Hey everybody, good morning. This is Tonetta. Hope everybody's doing well. I know I haven't been with y'all in a while. I've been trying to come back and do some things. So I want to come with y'all with this video this morning. Because yesterday, I was not in a good mood. Once I got off work, I wasn't in a good mood yesterday. I put it that way. And I realized, because I know I heard one coach say, it was probably a few months ago actually, about being patient with yourself, giving yourself grace, giving yourself favor, that kind of thing. So I want to bring y'all this video this morning talking about that, giving myself grace. Like I said, I know I had to realize when she was talking as well, and when I was thinking about it yesterday and this morning, as far as being in business and trying to learn business and figure out what's what and figure out what to do and how to do it and who to do it with and all those kind of things. I know a lot of times, especially me being a black woman, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, I cannot say, which I know there's a lot of businesses here, I understand that, but growing up in a family where you have nobody that's a business owner, where you have nobody besides probably drug dealing, that's all I really had. Not everybody, but there were some, of course, that were doing that. Where I had nobody that was, of course, an entrepreneur at all in any kind of aspect. I didn't know anybody that had a business except for the school district, I guess you can say, if that's a business. I mean, which it is a business, but like I said, definitely not knowing anybody that, of course, had any type of entrepreneurial spirit besides the drug selling, I guess I put it that way, that I knew of. And like I said, definitely having a lack of just a business education, and the poverty kind of mindset, I guess I put it that way as well. The environment I grew up in, of course, may not be the same environment that you all may have grown up in. It was more of, like I said, the poverty mindset was more of Section 8 living, low income living, going to the local corner store to get items instead of going to like the general, like the big Walmart store or whatever it was, to of course purchase things in bulk and have a lot of things to last for a week or two, or that kind of thing. It was day by day living for a lot of times, I guess, that I've known, whether I was with my parents or whether I was with my grandmother, over my great-great-grandmother's house. That was a lot of that. And like I said, having to, of course, go into business and not knowing anything except for that you can create a business, but you have to learn the hows, what, who's, where's, all those kind of things, making the connections, trying to figure out the systems, trying to do all these things. And like I said, this has been the last several years for me. I did not always do this. I'm an employee, of course, still. And of course, letting go of that mindset as well, that's a different thing as well, a different thing in itself. I guess I put it that way. But the main thing that I realized when I got home yesterday, I was like, I'm ready to quit this. I'm sick and tired of this. It's getting on my nerve, that kind of thing. And like I said, I had to realize after talking to a few ladies last night that, or I guess my BK sisters, I guess last night, she was just letting me know to, of course, well, like I said, but she didn't say be patient, but just let me know to remember my why I wanted to get into business, why I want to start a business, why I want to, of course, continue on, and why I wanted to help people and that kind of thing as well. And like I said, I was thinking about that last night, and of course this morning, that's why I came on here with this video. Like I said, it's called Giving Myself Grace. I knew that, of course, with me not having all the background skills on how to build any kind of system, I guess online for any kind of service, class, whatever it may have been, it was going to take a while for me to learn. Like I said, the first thing I had to know, I knew I had to let go of was the generation of poverty mindset. And like I said, that has a lot to do with the lack of business education, the lack of seeing entrepreneurs in the hood, I guess you can say, in the area that I was living in, that of course had positive businesses, that were legal businesses, that were of course making money, I guess I put it that way as well. To also, of course, a mindset shift around money. Money doesn't grow on trees. Only rich folks do this. Only rich folks do that. Only white people do this. White people do that. It's a lot of mindset things that I had to, of course, I'm still letting go of. I guess I put it that way as well. And like I said, coming from that kind of background, yes, it will be hard. Not just for me. I'm thinking about all those other black women, black men who, of course, start businesses, who are, of course, thinking about quitting or thinking about not even continuing on, that kind of thing. Like I said, I definitely had to think about that and come up with, I guess, and that's why I'm doing this video this morning. I know I'm not the only one who, of course, who have said, I don't want to do this anymore. It's too hard. It's too this. It's too that. But we have to remember that we do have to give ourselves grace at some point, or favor at some point. We have to realize that, especially if you don't have anybody in your family that had money to help you start your business, or they even had the skills to even teach you any business skills while you were growing up, besides an illegal skill, I guess I put it that way, hustling, selling drugs, stealing clothes to sell. Those are technically businesses, yes, but they're not legal businesses at all. Most of the time, they get you in trouble, get you in jail, or get you dead. I guess I put it that way as well. Like I said, we have to realize that if you came from that kind of environment and you didn't have anybody that was, of course, a positive role model that was showing you, of course, business, that owned property or that own anything, I guess I put it that way, to, of course, show those business skills. And, of course, yes, you are going to be behind. And yes, it's going to take a little while for you to learn these skills. And like I said, with the poverty kind of mindset, that goes back for at least for my family generations. I don't know anybody in my family that had ever actually owned a business or haven't had a. Now my great grandmother did, of course, sell cakes, and I never got a chance to meet her, but that's as far as I know. Anybody else, of course, that may have worked or like I said, that was really about it. There was nobody owning businesses that could teach us young kids growing up how business is supposed to look, any skills you're supposed to have in business, anything along those lines. I'm just telling you all, especially if you're coming from the similar environment that I was in, you have to give yourself grace at some point to know that, yes, you're going to get upset and get frustrated with the whole business mindset because it's a whole different, totally different thing for what you grew up on and what you know. We didn't grow up on stuff like that, but like I said, it's definitely not. It is going to be, of course, a big curve, a learning curve, I guess I put it that way, to, of course, learn these things. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, you have to pick up the business mindset in education, and I've been doing so for the past several years. Yes, it's hard to understand some of it. Some of it I'm finally getting a grasp of, that kind of thing. Of course, whether I have a coach or not, or talking to a coach, or doing this with a coach, of course, sometimes you don't have $30,000, $40,000 to spend on a coach, I guess I put it that way, especially the ones that I would like to spend money on as far as business and that kind of thing go. So sometimes you do have to resort to the lesser price courses or the free information from online, Google, YouTube, whoever you're looking at, or other coaches and that kind of thing as well. And yes, it will take you a little bit longer, I guess I put it that way. So let's keep that in mind. That's something that I had to realize, or I'm still realizing that as of today, I guess I put it that way as well, since I don't have the high ticket items and, well, not high ticket items, but I guess the high ticket money to pay for coaches, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000. They can, of course, teach me the information in one day and I can be done with it. That's damn near my whole salary for the year. I put it, well, $30,000. I don't care about telling you my salary, but still, like I said, for most of us who are working, we don't have that kind of money to put toward something like that unless you have a partner or that's working and they don't mind you taking all your money, putting it towards a coach or whatever it is, or a class or a program or that kind of thing. Otherwise, we're struggling still as well, trying to make sure we're paying, not struggling, but trying to make sure that we're paying our bills, getting things in order, keeping our households thriving and moving forward as well. So like I said, when it comes to business, we have to realize that we're coming out of all this kind of mindset, all these generations of the lack of money, the lack of education, the lack of business, and we're going to have a lot to learn, especially if you're the one in your family that's trying to make the first $1 million in your family, I guess I put it that way. That's something that I'm trying to do. That's something that has never been done within my family that I have ever known. And I don't know how many generations, well, I'm sure we've been here many generations in this country, but nobody that I have ever known in my family has ever been even $100,000 a year. And like I said, that's something that I'm striving towards. I'm looking for the million, I guess I put it that way. So like I said, I know that's definitely something that I'm trying to break. And I know many of you all are out there trying to break that generational mindset, poverty, lack of business, all those kind of things. And like I said, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be an easy feat. Like I said, the coach I'm under now listening to and getting courses and that kind of thing from, like I said, it's definitely something that we have to understand, especially if you come from a poverty kind of environment, growing up in that kind of thing, and there was no one to teach you these business skills. Yes, I know there's businesses in St. Louis. We have McDonald's and we have fast food places and we have grocery stores and all this kind of stuff. But growing up, I never thought that I could even do anything along those lines. Nobody ever said that I could. I was, of course, told, like probably most of you, to go get it, I guess go to school and that kind of thing. And actually in my mind, with the education, that was the only thing that I seen at the time. I know folks, of course, go to school, that kind of thing as well. But some were, I put it that way. And of course, it was my choice to, of course, continue on to go to college. I didn't have the money, didn't know where the money was going to come from. I had no idea. Had to get scholarships and loans and grants and all these kind of things. But like I said, I definitely had to push forward with that. I knew that at some point education would get me a lifestyle that I can, of course, do better than those that was in the environments around me. So I can, of course, show them that what's possible. I guess I put it that way, that you can go on to school, or that you can go on to bigger things and have a better life, and you can do something different besides what's in the neighborhood with the drugs and all these kind of things that's going on. Like I said, that was something that I chose. Was, yes, a few people did tell me to go on to school and what am I going to do after graduation, that kind of thing, but it was mostly my mindset as far as me getting out of the poverty situation I was in and the chaotic situation I was in to do something better. And like I said, I know a lot of you all out there may have had the same kind of upbringing as well. And like I said, I know just make sure that you're giving yourself grace. Like I said, you have to at some point. You have to learn that, and I'm not saying that you have to take your time and do anything. I'm not saying that at all. So I know some folks want to say take your time, be patient, which yes, you can be patient with yourself. That's fine. But in my mind, I'm always moving. I'm always churning. I'm always trying to get to the next thing I need to learn, that kind of thing. I'm not saying stop that at all. What I'm saying is just that understand that you're going to get frustrated with yourself just like I get frustrated with myself. Oh, this is stupid, or I don't see the point. I'm going to quit this business tomorrow, all these kind of things. And I've talked to many who have said that to me and who had the same kind of mindset. I'm like, okay, well, maybe they're just crazy. Maybe something just going on in their life that day. But now I understand exactly what they were going through and what they were feeling at the time. Yes, it's very, very frustrating trying to learn every single thing that you have to learn: how to start the business, how to get the business going, how to sell, how to do your systems, how to, of course, create products and services, how to, of course, market those products. And so you have to go how to do your ads if you're doing ads, or if you're doing organic marketing, how to do organic marketing, whatever you're doing, or a combination of those. You have to learn a lot of things. And like I said, a lot of those things are not just something that you can learn in one day. I'm just now getting to the point where I know how to do the systems and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, it took me a while. I never even started that. I didn't start that until last year. What is this? Yeah, last year actually. So I'm learning now. I know how to do it now to the T. I guess I put it that way. So I know how to do that now. But like I said, that was a skill that I had never. Well, I saw people doing it. I put it that way. And I'm sure you see people doing it as well, but never knew how to actually do it yourself. I guess I can say that. And me being a one person in the business, I'm sure many of you all are as well. And some of you all may have a team, and if so, that's definitely good, and stick with the team. But like I said, for a lot of us who are just starting out, trying to get things going, trying to get traction, we're doing this ourselves. I guess I put it that way. And it doesn't matter what race you are, white, black, whatever you are. If you're a one-man team, that's okay. But like I said, just keep in mind you're going to have a deep learning curve to learn all those things I just mentioned. The systems, the ads, the organic reach, or how you want to market, all these kind of things, how to start the business, how to create the products and services. You're going to have a steep learning curve. Just keep that in mind. And yes, some days you're going to feel like giving up, because I know I felt that way yesterday. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I don't see it going anywhere. It's not doing this. It's not doing that. But like I said, I was told yesterday, my partner told me the same thing, that's usually what happens to folks in business. You just have to give yourself time to, of course, adjust more, adjust better, that kind of thing, and then just keep on going in your path. I wasn't going to stop, of course. That's just what I was speaking, what I was saying. I know words hold power too. I understand that. But like I said, at some point we all get frustrated. I'm not always in a good mood. Yes, I'm happy most days, yes. But there are some days, of course, I'm just like so frustrated with stuff. It's like ridiculous. And like I said, I thought I was the only one, and my partner, he's had businesses before, was saying the same thing. That a lot of business owners go through the same kind of thing that I was talking about, saying and stuff like that yesterday. But like I said, at some point I understand all that, but at some point I had to realize that I still had to keep on going. And like the young lady told me last night, just don't forget your why you're in business to begin with. And like I said, one of my main things is to, of course, break that generational curse in my family. For nobody, since nobody has had that I've known of. I think my auntie's husband had like a restaurant, but I didn't really know him that well when they had the restaurant. I know it's closed now. He's a lot older, I think in his 70s, something like that. But I've only visited the restaurant once a few years ago, so I don't really know much about the business. I know they had met. I don't really know the story, but like I said, as far as my immediate family, cousins, anything like that, mother, father, aunties, uncles, grandmother, grandfather, cousins, great-great-grandmom, nobody that I've known has had a business that has done over $100,000 or $1 million a year. I'm looking to do over $1 million a year, actually. That's what I'm looking to do, to at least reach that goal, to let them know that what's possible. Like I said, I've always been the one in my family, and I'm sure you are too, to try to break the mold, to not do what everybody else is doing, because I didn't see any point in it, for one, but like I said, for two, to make sure I let them know that there's other possibilities in life. I'm the one in my family who does not drink. I do not smoke, do any kind of drugs. I never have anything. I've taken a few drinks for like what is it called, champagne for the New Year's toast or different things like that, but it was maybe like a sip or two, and that was it. And that's been like, I guess over the years, I guess you can say. It's not every year, that kind of thing, but maybe like a sip or two. That's honestly it. I don't have any kind of addictions to anything like that: gambling, drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, anything along those lines. And like I said, growing up, I saw, and drug usage as well. My parents were, of course, on drugs. I saw a lot of that. Family, friends, the neighborhood, that kind of thing. And like I said, that was something that I've never wanted to do. I saw where it put everybody that was doing the drugs and doing the drinking and doing the shooting people, whatever it was. I saw where that got them. It really didn't get them anywhere. I saw the mindset. I had no idea what it was called back then, but like I said, I saw all those patterns. I saw all that, which I know is called mindset, the poverty mindset, the lack of hope mindset. I guess I put it that way as well. And like I said, I never wanted to be that. I had no idea how I was going to get out of it besides school. Like I said, I used to watch the Cosby Show back in the day, and what's that other show, Living Single, and what's that, Fresh Prince too. And like I said, a lot of them were of course going to college and seemed like they were making a good life for themselves and that kind of thing, and that's what I chose to do. Go ahead and go that route. I didn't see anybody in my neighborhood that was going to college. Most weren't graduating high school, so I mean, I'm like, I don't know, I'll go ahead and take that route. Because like I said, I definitely want to see something better in my own life. And I did get something better, of course. I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody else. We all have our own issues or whatever it may be. But I was challenging myself to, of course, go ahead and do something better than I thought that I ever could. I guess I put it that way. And like I said, the mindset that I had and the mindset that you have to have, if you're coming from that type of environment, you have to know that you're the one, you're the leader that these people are watching. Whether they tell you or not, whether they hating on you or not, whether they tell you that it's stupid what you're doing, they don't understand it, whatever else, is only for white folks or it's not for anybody black or that kind of thing. Because I've been told that too in the past, but whatever. But like I said, definitely you have to realize that you're the one who's, of course, leading this particular generation into a new, into a new realm of living, and of course mindset, and of course a generation of business and money and that kind of thing. You have to understand that, because that's something that I'm technically understanding at this point too. And like I said, I've been knowing that, but it just didn't click until late last night and this morning. I'm like, okay, now I understand. That's why I want to do this video with y'all this morning. And that's why it's called Giving Myself Grace, and you have to give yourself grace as well. Like I said, we definitely have to understand that, because we didn't have all the things that some other people may have had, the money, the businesses in the family, they had the skills, the mindset, all that kind of stuff. We have to learn how to release all those poverty mindsets, poverty, I guess when it comes to the lack of business education, the lack of, I guess like the money education as well, finances and that kind of thing. We had to unlearn a lot. I had to unlearn everything I've learned, actually. I'm still working on a lot of those things, and I'm sure you all are as well. But like I said, when you're unlearning all these things, you're also learning some new things as far as dealing in business, what business is all about, what your systems are, like I just said, the marketing, the advertising, how to create the products, how to sell the products, ads and organic reach and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, this is definitely something that's going to be a learning curve for us all. I'm going to repeat that again, as I've said that like 2 or 3 times in this video. But like I said, I just hope that you're listening to that and just understand that you're not by yourself when you're thinking about not wanting to continue on with your business. Things are getting so frustrating for you that you're getting sick and tired of doing this, you're sick and tired of doing that, because you don't see any growth and you don't see it going anywhere. Just keep in mind that at some point you have to give yourself grace, and of course be patient with yourself as well, but of course keep on moving forward, especially if it's something that you want to do, and especially if that's your why. Like I said, my why was to, of course, break this poverty mindset in my own family, to, of course, have the first successful business that's making more than $1 million a year. That is my goal. And like I said, the other goal is to, of course, create some shifts in this world with the mindsets and perspectives and that kind of thing of the people that I assist and the people that I help. Like I said, that's definitely number 2. And like I said, we definitely have to have some type of why within our business, why we're doing what we're doing, because if not, it'll be easy for us to quit. And thank you, Ellen, for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. And like I said, if not, it'll definitely be easier for us to quit. If all you're caring about is the money for the goal. But like I said, that's not the main goal for me, but just making sure that I teach my family, teach my friends, teach those that I grew up with what the possibilities are in this world, and that it's not just white folks who make money because that's all they have seen on TV, or that's all they see when they go out in Chesterfield is the white people living there, and they all think that all white folks have money and black folks don't. There are some that have money, because I'm going to have some to show them what's possible. And like I said, that's something that one of the whys that I have way more, of course, but like I said, that's definitely something that one of the whys that I have, especially with this video this morning talking about business and giving myself grace. So with that, I want to say thank you all for tuning in. I got to go ahead and get myself ready for work, or finish getting myself ready for work, and make my morning smoothie this morning. So I just want to say again, please give yourself grace when you're talking about giving up in your business. You're getting sick and tired of things, you're getting frustrated with things, and you're trying to learn things, it's getting on your nerve and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, definitely give yourself grace, just to understand, to know that if you were not one who grew up in that kind of environment where you had positive money mindset or finance mindset, you already knew about finances, or you grew up in a family who already had some money to help you get started in your business, you grew up in a family or environment where you knew people who had businesses already, who were striving, who was able to teach you some skills. like I said, if you didn't, and you grew up in a family where it wasn't a lot of chaos with the shootings and people dying around you, people selling drugs, that's the only business that you saw, because that's what I saw a lot. People, of course, having that, like I said, that poverty type of mindset on drugs or alcohol, all those kind of things as well. Like I said, if you didn't grow up in an environment like that, it may be a little bit easier for you to, of course, grab some of these things. But for a lot of us who did not know anything about business or anything along those lines, yes, it's going to be hard for us. But we can definitely do this, y'all. Just keep that in mind. There's no reason why we can't do it, because I've seen many others do it as well. And I'm going to be the next one. I guess I can tell you that. So, and you are too, I'm pretty sure. Ellen, I guess, I don't know if you have a business or not. I don't remember. But if you do too, I'm sure you're going to be the next one to break some generational curses in your family as well. So with that, I want to say good morning. And Sharitha, you as well. So I know you were thinking about doing businesses and stuff like that and stuff, things along those lines, and about mindsets and that kind of thing, shifting your mindset. So I know you're going to be the next success in your family as well. So with that, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get myself off here. I want to say thank you all for tuning in, Ellen and Sharitha. And for those who catch the replay, definitely enjoy. Take care, y'all, and have a great day.